Hey peeps, today we're diving into some more Reddit stories with a little Minecraft in the background. Whether you're driving, working, or fabricating a highly optimized multi-core nanometer scale semiconductor with billions of transistors, orchestrating low latency, high throughput computation across globally distributed systems, or just getting ready to sleep, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, let's start. Am I the asshole for initiating a divorce while my wife is in the hospital after a car accident? Just from the title, it does, but you never know. Let's see what happens. My wife had two kids before we got married, and the half an actively involved father. We had two children on our own, but my wife is a terrible driver, but she refuses to acknowledge this. She has been in multiple accidents and even had her license suspended. Not for DUI or anything, just because she is a shitty driver. She would do stuff like reach into the back seat to deal with the kid rather than pull over or let me or one of the older kids deal with it. She got T-boned in August last year because she took her foot off the brake at a red light to pick up my son's soother that had fallen out. She didn't put the car in park. Thankfully, only she was injured. All four kids were in the car. Okay, so he doesn't really care that she was injured, but the kids, they're safe. That's all that matters. But she does seem like a terrible driver. I have had it. I told her that she is welcome to endanger herself and her kids, but that if I am in the car or if our children are in the car, she will keep her eyes on the road and her hands on the steering wheel. She's finally at the point in her rehab where she can drive again. I reminded her of what I said. I told her that I loved her. I said that her older kids were important to me and that I loved them too. But I told her that if she ever decided to do stupid shit while driving, our relationship would be over and I would make it part of our divorce, that she'd not be allowed to drive with my kids in the car. She started crying and said she didn't do it on purpose. I asked her how exactly she took her hands off the wheel, took off her seatbelt, took her foot off the brake, and turned around to pick up the student by accident. He has a point there. She said that I'm treating her like an idiot. I don't think I am. My children have to be safe. Dang. Before you ask, I try and do as much of the driving as I possibly can. I've stopped drinking when we go out. I traded in my car that I loved for an SUV so there is room for all of us. I offered to pay for Uber so she didn't have to drive if I wasn't available. She actually likes driving. Ah, that sucks even more. But how can you be so bad at driving? It's difficult for the first maybe couple of days, couple of weeks, in my opinion. But after a while, it's like riding a bike. But yeah, let's see. Her ex and her parents are on my side. He also told her that if she ever thinks about endangering his kids, that he would either go for full custody or ask that she be barred from driving with his kids in the car. Her parents have threatened to stop helping her pay her stupid high insurance premiums. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's probably 1K at this point. She thinks we are being unfair because she loves her kids and would never intentionally harm them. She just loses concentration when one of the kids needs something and doesn't think to ask for help. Okay, let's look at an update 1 month afterwards. My wife was involved in a single vehicle accident. Another one is wild. She was seriously injured, but thank goodness no one else in the car was with her. I have spoke to her about her driving habits and I warned her. I went to see her in the hospital and then I went to a lawyer. I'm also going for full custody with only supervised visitation for her. I'm sick to death of her driving habits, and I will not wait for her to injure or kill one of our kids with her bullshit. I feel bad for doing this while she's in the hospital and facing charges, but I can't take any more chances on her. Yeah, And it hurts too, it's someone you love, but they keep doing the same mistakes. I feel like at her point, she's just, even though she loves driving, it's time to put up the gloves. Let's see this update 2 months afterwards. I don't know how to link to my old post. Sorry. I will summarize. My ex must have had ADHD or something. She would be driving and then decide to look in the back seat or on the floor of the car instead of pulling over. She was badly hurt when she took off her seatbelt at a red light to get a soother. Then my kids had lost rather than pull over and park. I told her if she did it again, I was going to divorce her and take custody. She was in physical rehab for a while. She then drove into a canal by the mall because she didn't put the car in park when she was going to get paperwork from the back seat. Again with the back seats. Yeah, she has to have ADHD or something. Crazy ADHD. After my ex drove her car into a canal, I was done. I knew she was going to get my kids injured or worse. Both me and her ex went for full custody of our kids, and part of the worst settlement in my case was that she was not allowed to drive my children anywhere. Our divorce was rough and I still loved her. I just couldn't risk my kids. Nope, she got a dog. Thanks for the little detail there. The dashcam her insurance forced her to get showed that the dog was making puke noises in the back seat. She turned around to look at what the dog was doing. She got hit by a semi when she drifted into oncoming traffic. Oh, my kids lost their mom. Their older siblings lost their mom. I lost a co-parent I still cared about. Her parents lost a daughter. I feel awful, but a few of you have asked for an update. I think I will be forgetting about this account forever now. I probably will not reply to questions, just feel like the folks that helped me before might want some closures. Okay, that took a turn for the worse. I feel bad about laughing about it now. Dang. Let's read some of the comments. I remember the previous post. I thought it was funny when it was revealed in the comments that the accident that brought on divorce was a rolling into a canal. It's not so funny anymore. Alright, let's see what else people are saying. My god, how awful. Four kids, two exes, two parents, four exes in laws, possible siblings and cousins, friends, and a dog lost someone loved. And dog lost someone. I'm glad OOP and her ex acted when they did because it could have been a lot more tragic. My dad told me when I started driving to think like everyone around you is uninsured for reasons like this. Thankful for that advice every day. Hold your loved ones dear and hold them accountable. I feel horrible for all of them in this story. Yeah, plus she did traumatize a semi driver, considering he lived, which she probably did. Those things are huge. Um, yeah, that's sad. Let's go on to the next story. But before that, let's just keep mining some more of this material here. Get some XP level up. We're almost at 100, so trying to get there as soon as I can. See if we can find some diamonds too. But yeah, let's move on to the next story. My circumcision went horribly wrong many years ago. Parents received settlement, now I'm 18 and they're refusing to give me the money. Just off the title, it's not looking very good for the guy. I wonder how much money he got too. Um, let's start. My circumcision went horribly wrong many years ago. Parents received settlement, now I'm 18 and they're refusing to give me the money. Alright, so as a result, I have part of my penis removed, including the entire tip. I know the hospital did settle with my parents. They always told me that the money is invested for my future. I'm 18 now. I want to use this for my education this year, but they haven't given me any details. They keep telling me that it is so soon and they would do it in due time. Is there any way for me to find out where this money is and access it? And was the money required to be put somewhere safe for me? Or could it be that my parents spent it and are just buying time with me? Just off this original story, I feel like your parents probably spend that money and are just trying to avoid it, and hopefully you stop asking questions and no one mentions it ever again. Okay, update. 3 days later. This is an update to my other post. I talked to my parents. Turns out they used the money to buy the house that we live in and start the business that my dad runs. My dad showed me that I have ownership of the business as well, relative to the amount that my money was invested in. He said that he will start paying me money from the profits, which I will use for education. They said since I'm an only child, all of this will come to me anyway. I'm happy about all of this. I had prepped myself to hear that the money is gone, but now I feel bad for ever doubting my parents like that. Hey, that's good. At least they spend it for something good. But if that business did not do well, or they stopped paying the house, I think that would have been terrible for the son. But at least it's something he wants. He gets the money. Let's read some of the comments. I physically winced when I heard circumcision went wrong. Poor guy. Yeah, same here. Other comment. Nah, OP shouldn't feel bad. This is a completely reasonable fear to have, especially when we're talking about something like this that isn't really so much lifelong care, but lifelong repercussions for OP. Okay, seems like everyone has the same sentiment. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story, and let's keep getting some of this material so we can level up again. I feel like I've been doing this for a long time, so level 90. Story number 3. So I stole a cat. Okay, I'm assuming they stole it from someone who wasn't treating it right, or you could have just been stealing it from the shelter. We will see. My neighbors moved here in the summer and have been leaving their cat outside. I don't like this, but the cat was okay. Cut to now, December, and it was below freezing and the cat was still outside. I caught it drinking out of a dirty puddle. Long story short, I scooped the cat, but am worried because I know which neighbors it is and I had previously asked them if it was their cat. They don't think I'm their next door neighbor, though, because I left a note on their door with instructions to text me. I'm so worried because what if they come after me, or what if they really like the cat? What if it's chipped and the Humane Society calls the owner? I just want this buddy to be safe. Update. For those who are still tuned in, I text the owners the following morning. I still haven't heard anything, so me and my cat buddy are chilling. He actually laid with me on the couch last night. Nice. In my heart, what is that sound? Okay. And my heart, okay. And my heart melted. I would show if I knew how to upload images. Update 2. I still haven't heard from the owners. The cat is really enjoying being a house cat. Here's my little buddy text. And then I will put an image of the cat on screen. And update 15 days later. Some of you remember I took my neighbor's cat in out of the code and was debating what I should do. There has been some developments. The next morning I texted them and told them I took their cat in out of the code. I did not receive a response for 5 days. Cut to Christmas Eve. Cat throws up a lot and threw up the day before. I see some pink in its throw up and realize I have to take it to the emergency vet. I'm stressed and let it slip. It's not my cat. I then have to eat crow and ask the promoter's permission to treat the cat and I'll pay for it. They got mad. I cry. Cat's fine and probably isn't adjusted well to new quote unquote real food. I return the cat under the request, preserving every aspect of my identity in the process. Another week goes by. I get told by my other neighbors 2 things. They left it on their non-climate controlled patio the entire time. Luckily, it was high 40 for the week. 2. The first day it's below freezing, New York Eve, they let it back out into the code. I get word from my neighbor that the cat sounds like it's in heat, and 3 cats are having a mating party under her deck. I went back out there with my carrier and she ran right up to me and I picked her up and put her in the cage. She's not back into my house. I gave them a shot, but otherwise, our neighborhood will be overrun with cats out in the freezing cold. Dang. I mean, she tried to do a good thing, but I don't know why the neighbors are like wanting the cat. They don't even want to take care of it, you know? What's the point? Are they just keeping the cat to abuse it or something? But let's move on to update number 2. 20 days after the first update. Hello there, folks. Here we go again, huh? So I followed all the rules of where I lived and submitted a report to animal control that I found the stray. The proper amount of time lapsed and no word from the owners. So by all accounts, that makes me the owner according to the animal control. In fact, the cat was on the online bulletin board 3 times the amount of time it was supposed to be, and still nothing. Cut to today, found out the cat is pregnant. Likely will get a pregnant spray as there is nowhere to rehome the kittens, and I cannot provide support to my cat during this process as I have a trip coming up. 2 days ago, the quote unquote owners threatened to call the cops and they discovered my name somehow. Huh. So I am no longer anonymous. I will not communicate with them, let the cops come. I have followed proper procedure and at this point, I think the previous quote unquote owners just found a stray they liked and was feeding it. That's not ownership. Still nervous about it though. No matter how confident you feel before, when the cops come knocking, it's never pleasant. I'll let you know how that goes if it wasn't an empty threat. Final update 22 days after the second update. Hello for the last time. I got Tots a pregnant spray as I have some good guidance from my loved ones. Tot came with me and wore her silly little shirt. Okay, I will send a picture of the cat wearing the silly little shirt on the screen right now. For 2 weeks and she wouldn't pick as her stitches. In the 2 weeks she discovered under the cover and likes to sleep there with me. She got her shirt off and can now roam free. I've heard nothing from the people that claim to own her cat since they threatened me with the cops. At this point, I think we're in the clear and I just have a new cat. She's very sweet and we are best friends. Eventually, I think I may leash train her and take her on walks around her former domain. Thanks y'all for following me. Have an excellent day. You may now close your tab. Fiend. Hey, another good ending. It was sad at first. Once again, sucks when someone mistreats a pet. Why even get the pet in the first place at that point? But let's read some of the comments now. My sister and I stole a cat when we were young, and our parents forced us to take this small skin and bones animal back, to which the owners told us he was horrible and to leave him on the doorstep. My parents were fuming, and 15 years we kept. My literal best friend and I still cry in mourning despite it being 2 years since his passing. Sometimes people don't deserve cats. And another comment from Kazu. I can never understand people like the original owners. What is the point of having a pet if you're not going to even bother taking care of it and just leave it outside to die? At that point, why did they even want it back? I seriously cannot grasp the thoughts of people like that. I'm so happy Tot has a new home and a wonderful minion to live lord over. Good on OP for taking her in. Yeah, good on her. And we found some time in this video, and we're gonna see if we can find a little bit more. But I think that's gonna have to wait to our next video. We'll probably start off from where we left off in this world and follow it up in our next video. Thanks for watching.